Military power is an essential aspect of national security, and the world's top armies are the ones that have the capability to defend their country and their interests abroad. In this video, we will discuss the top 5 armies in the world based on their military power, technology, and strategic capabilities. Number 5. French Army. The French Army is the land-based branch of the French Armed Forces and is the third largest army in the European Union. The French Army is responsible for maintaining national security, protecting the country's interests both at home and abroad, and conducting humanitarian aid and disaster relief operations within the country. The French Army has a total of 117,000 active duty personnel and an additional 42,000 reserve personnel. The French Army is divided into several different units, including infantry, armor, artillery, and special forces. The French Army is also responsible for the defense of the country's borders with neighboring countries, including Germany, Belgium, and Switzerland. The French Army is equipped with advanced weapons and technologies, including the Rafale fighter jet, the Leclerc tank, and the Exocet missile. The French Army is also developing advanced cyber warfare capabilities, which are increasingly essential in modern warfare. The French Army's military doctrine is based on the concept of projection, which means that the military will be able to project force beyond the country's borders to defend its interests abroad. The French Army also follows the principle of rapid deployment, which means that it can quickly deploy its forces to respond to any threats or emergencies. Number 4. Indian Army. The Indian Army is the fourth most potent military force in the world and has been modernizing its military capabilities in recent years. The Indian Army has a total of 1.2 million active duty personnel and an additional 960,000 reserve personnel. The Indian military budget is around $72 billion, which is significantly lower than the budgets of the United States, China, and Russia. The Indian Army is equipped with advanced weapons and technologies, including the Tejas fighter jet, the Arjun tank, and the BrahMos cruise missile. The Indian Army is also developing advanced cyber warfare capabilities, which are increasingly essential in modern warfare. The Indian Army's military doctrine is based on the concept of limited war, which means that the military will use force only as a last resort and will seek to minimize casualties and damage. The Indian Army also follows the principle of strategic restraint, which means that it will not initiate military action unless absolutely necessary. Number 3. Chinese Army. The Chinese Army is the third most potent military force in the world and has been rapidly modernizing its military capabilities in recent years. The Chinese Army has a total of 2 million active duty personnel and an additional 1.5 million reserve personnel. The Chinese military budget is around $250 billion, which is the second highest in the world after the United States. The Chinese Army is equipped with advanced weapons and technologies, including the J-20 fighter jet, the Type 99 tank, and the DF-21D anti-ship ballistic missile. The Chinese Army is also developing advanced cyber warfare capabilities, which are increasingly essential in modern warfare. The Chinese Army's military doctrine is based on the concept of active defense, which means that the military will respond to an attack by launching a counterattack. This approach has proved effective in various conflicts, including the border dispute with India and the territorial dispute in the South China Sea. Number 2. Russian Army. The Russian Army is the second most potent military force in the world and is known for its advanced weapons and technologies. The Russian Army has a total of 1 million active duty personnel and an additional 2 million reserve personnel. The Russian military budget is around $61 billion, which is significantly lower than the U.S. military budget but still one of the highest in the world. The Russian Army is equipped with advanced weapons and technologies, including the T-14 Armata tank, the Sukhoi Su-57 fighter jet, and the S-400 missile defense system. The Russian Army is also developing advanced cyber warfare capabilities, which are increasingly essential in modern warfare. The Russian Army's military doctrine is based on the concept of reflexive control, which means that the military can influence the enemy's decision-making process to achieve a specific objective. This approach has proved effective in various conflicts, including the annexation of Crimea and the intervention in Syria. Number 1. World's most powerful army, United States Army. The United States Army is the world's most potent military force and has maintained its position as the top army for decades. The U.S. Army has the largest number of soldiers in the world, with over 1.3 million active duty personnel and 800,000 reserve personnel. Additionally, the United States military has an annual defense budget of over $700 billion, which is higher than the combined military budgets of the next 10 countries. The U.S. Army is equipped with advanced weapons and technologies, including fighter jets, helicopters, tanks, and ballistic missiles. The U.S. Army has also developed advanced cyber warfare capabilities, which are increasingly essential in modern warfare. The U.S. Army's military doctrine is based on the concept of combined arms, which means that different military branches work together to achieve a common objective. This approach has proved effective in various conflicts, including the Gulf War and the War on Terror. Don't miss out on valuable knowledge. Hit that subscribe button and join us fascinating facts and insights.